In addition to being able to export contacts directly to Marketo, our users now have the ability to run one-time enrichments or set up auto-enrichments for leads and contacts with data enrichment for Marketo. This new functionality is completely customizable for any enrichment you're needing and can be used in multiple ways. For example, you can easily set up auto-enrichment such as inbound form fills to get better insights for outreach or customizing your message. Fight data decay by keeping your contacts and accounts up to date with the latest information. Enrich and append event leads to get technographic and firmographic information. Auto-enrich every leader contact as it's added to your system by a sales rep, and more. This video will explain how to complete 3 different actions with Sales Intel's data enrichment webhook. Creating a triggered webhook will allow you to enrich form fills and contacts as they are added into your system. Creating a scheduled webhook will allow you to append specific fields that might be missing from your database. Creating a filtered webhook will allow you to enrich targeted lists such as MQLs, event lists, and more. Here's how they work. A triggered webhook is a great way to keep all contacts up to date as they enter your database and add more information to your forms so you can reduce the number of fields you're asking for, which can lead to higher form submissions. To set a triggered webhook when a lead or contact is created, you need to create a smart campaign. You can do this by going to Marketing Activities, select New Smart Campaign, and select the campaign folder as Operational. You can then give the campaign a name, such as Sales Intel Webhook Trigger. Finally, give the campaign a description and click Create. You'll then be brought to a new screen to finish your setup. Next, go to the Smart List tab. Find Lead is Created in the right column and drag it to the center area to add it as a trigger. Next, go to the Flow tab, find Call Webhook in the right column and drag it to the center area, and then select Sales Intel Webhook. Finally, go to the Schedule tab and click Activate to turn on the Smart Campaign. Now every time a leader contact is added to your database, it'll automatically be enriched with 95% accurate human-verified data. A scheduled webhook is a great way to keep all of your contacts up to date by regularly enriching all contact information or specific fields on a set cadence. To set this up, we need to create a smart campaign to call the webhook and a requested campaign to run the sequence. First, go to Marketing Activities, select New Smart Campaign, and select the campaign folder as Operational. Name the campaign Sales Intel Scheduled Webhook, and finally, give the campaign a description and click Create. You'll then be brought to a new screen to finish your setup. Next, go to the Smart List tab. In the rightmost column, search for Campaign is Requested, then drag it to the center of the screen to set it as a trigger, and set the source to Is Marketo Flow Action. Then go to the Flow tab, find Call Webhook in the right column, drag it to the center, and select Sales Intel Webhook. Next, go to the Schedule tab and activate the Smart Campaign. Now you'll need to create a second Smart Campaign to bring it all together. Go back to Marketing Activities and create a new Smart Campaign called Sales Intel Webhook Scheduler. And then add over any filters for this job, such as job title, industry, or any fields that you want updated on a regular basis. Once you've completed this step, open the Flow tab, search for Request Campaign, and drag it to the center. Then open the drop-down menu here and select the campaign you've just created, Sales Intel Scheduled Webhook. Now you're ready to set the schedule for these smart campaigns. Go to the Schedule tab, select Schedule Reoccurrence, and then select how often you want to run this campaign, what day of the week, and if there's an end date. Finally, click Save and you're set. You've successfully created a scheduled campaign to update specific contact fields. A filtered webhook is a great way to update specific contacts or lists, such as MQLs, event lists, and more. To set up a filtered webhook to run on a schedule against a subset of records is similar to our previous example. First, create a Smart campaign by going to Marketing Activities, select New Smart Campaign, and select the campaign folder as Operational. You can then give the campaign a name, such as Sales Intel Filtered Webhook, or anything else such as Sales Intel Filtered Webhook Dreamforce 2020. Finally, give the campaign a description and click Create. You'll then be brought to a new screen to finish your setup. Next, go to Smart Lists and find Campaign Requested in the rightmost column. Drag it to the center and set the source as Is Marketo Flow Action. Then open the Flow tab, find Call Webhook in the rightmost column and drag it to the center, and set it to the Sales Intel Webhook. Next, go to the Schedule tab and activate the Smart campaign. Now you need to create a Smart campaign to schedule the enrichment job. Go back to Marketing Actions, create a new Smart campaign called Sales Intel Filtered Webhook Scheduler, and click Save. At this point, you have a number of options depending on what information you want enriched. For example, if you want to enrich all marketing qualified leads that hadn't been updated in over a week, then pull over Lead Status and set it for Is MQL, and pull over Updated At from the rightmost column and set it for In Past 1 week. Another example would be to run an enrichment job for a specific event lead list. After all, you don't always get the info you need from an event. To do this, pull over Member of List and set it to In Your Event Name. Pull over any fields you know are missing from the event lead list like phone, title, or company, and set them to Is Empty. Once you've set your Smart List criteria, open the Flow tab and search for Request Campaign and drag it to the center. Then open the drop-down menu here and select the campaign you just created, Sales Intel Filtered Webhook. Then finish your setup by opening the Schedule tab and setting your desired time frame for this job to be completed in, and you're done. The Sales Intel Webhook is now configured and running on a trigger to update records automatically on a scheduled basis. And that covers the 3 basic use cases of how to best leverage Sales Intel's data enrichment for Marketo.